Indie kid. To me, this aesthetic feels like a celebration of vividness. The saturated colors tell a beautiful story of times of pure joy. I was surprised at how contrasting this one is compared to other indie aesthetics. The impression it gives me is that it is to some degree counterculture. However, it never seemed to pick any kind of momentum by a big community to really take off and become something culturally impactful. To me, it feels like it works better as a showcase of a lifestyle and a way of reacting to the world than a motivated aesthetics. The first word that comes to my mind when I look at the saturated colors that compose this aesthetic is loud. The colors yell at you at full speed in such a way that you can't help but distribute your attention equally to the whole composition. In a certain way, and this might not be an intended effect, it directs you. It makes you appreciate it as each element stops making sense on its own. The highly saturated colors make each part of the drawing so unique that it gets momentarily suspended from the rest of the drawing, and you can feel it primarily as a shape rather than as a form. It draws you towards the hue and not to the materiality. It shapes your attention. It molds you at the moment of appreciation. This aesthetic seems to be commonly associated with the female figure, although it is by far a pretty universal and highly replicable concept, regardless of gender. This vividness is, though, highly associated with the female youth. The imagery that portray this youth are usually very clustered with a high volume of elements, very contrastive with a low degree of information quality. In other words, the elements that compose this aesthetic are as numerous as they are devoid of deeper meaning. This makes you rethink what we are living for. True, deep meaning doesn't really suffice to a fulfilling life. The calm but assertive, chaotic energy that we have long forgotten, but that somewhere inside of us we long for since before we were born. If it takes some time to realize the beauty of reshaping memories with colors such as these, a lost part of you will kindly thank you. You see, the name of this aesthetic tells us a lot about itself, and I'm not pointing to any type of attitude here. I'm not implying this aesthetic is childish in any way. To me, the word kid in the kid is almost a very gentle and assertive nickname that we're given to ourselves, as if for a moment we're giving ourselves permission to be free from any kind of shackles. We can look at the bluest sky and feel the best we have ever felt. And if an endearing memory is already important to us, let it be painted with even more beautiful colors. Even if they don't seem to match at first, insist on them. They will complement each other and they will make sense because they are unfiltered. They can't speak to your eyes, but they can speak to your soul, to your inner world, to the colors you've chosen. Even though I'm constantly afraid of digressing, I stay firm in my description. It brings me immense joy to see there are people dedicating time and effort into documenting the type of feeling only this kind of aesthetic can bring. To relieve moments in these type of colors is to love them even more. And love is the only reason why this is all worth it. Not love as in love as a means to a relationship, not love as in a love for life, not love as the love you get from others, or from any place we can name on the barren lands of this planet. Love as in love for every single thing that has transpired. Look at these colors. They tell you all you need to know about your most intense moments. They yell at you all you need to remember about all that you forgot is so important. Please, take some time and take some deep breaths, and then take these words with you. The speed paint that you saw in this video was made by me, but also the text and the song. If you would like to help me out and get a constantly updated digital version of the book that I'm working on with all these aesthetics, consider checking out my Patreon. Link is in the description. Thank you. See ya.